Hi, Gene. Robert Small here. This is the final video for this, and I just need to show you some things about it so you understand how to put the model together, how to assemble it, disassemble it, and that sort of thing. Okay? Okay, Gene. This is what you should be seeing when you get the box. Okay, when the box shows up. I'm repurposing an old box, obviously. So, at any rate, when you get this is what will be in it. The base, and then under the base, and a couple of layers, are the parts. So here's the stand for the sky crane, and then the rest of the parts. Okay. There's a baggie with all of the smaller parts that go to it. If you open this up and you go to close it again, I want you to be aware that the one with the hole and the tab cover the rover. This tab needs to not snap off the high gain antenna there. So if you do, pay attention to that, putting that back. And then you'll have the rover and the sky crane, and that's what comes in the box. Now I'll do an assembly video real quick for you. Okay, these are all the parts that I'll be sending you. The base, the sky crane, the plumes for the engines, the stands, the pins that go back inside the holes of the rover here that I'll be showing you in a second, and the parts for the mast and the arm. Okay, here we go. So this can be displayed, in a couple of ways, right? You can assemble the rover. And I'll show you about the arm now. The arm is made up of several parts, all of which are loose on purpose. Now, if you really need that to hold its place, you can smear the smallest part of Elmer's glue on one of those and let it harden totally and put that on, and then that'll hold itself in place, for a long time. It'll probably still break loose eventually. Okay, so here we go. So this will come without this part on it. So here's the arm. Here's the arm right here. You'll notice these black spots right here. When you fold this flat, they should both be on the same side. See that? This is the lead in, and again, these are all loose. See? So, first elbow here, second elbow, third elbow, and another one. Okay. And see, I had trouble putting it in there because it was the wrong one. But if you'll notice which way which end goes in there. So when it folds flat, see both black parts are on top. Then you can put this in place. This is loose because it's meant to swivel, right? Let's see if I can get any of this stuff to stand still. So here's the head. But what I'm trying to show you is this stuff is delicate, so you you can't wrench it around while it's on it, and often enough you'll have to take it off to pose it because it's so delicate. At any rate, you can display this just on its stands, its various stands, like this. Or you can put it together so that it's in flight. So let's go over that, okay? That's really easy, really. I would at least take the mast off because it's going to be easier. Now, when you're in full display mode, and when you're in display mode without it being in flight, you have these pins which go in those holes. The slanted part goes out on each of these. See how one side slants over, it's tapered. So, and what those are the places where these feet contact. So if you put that on there, that's where they go. Do you see that? And that keeps it from falling off. That's what that's all about. However, to put the stand on, it can be a trick. Now, there's an arrow, see the arrow? And a notch. The arrow goes to this side, and the notch goes to that side. So when you pick this up and you look for these, make sure you have this pointed forward. I start with the one in the back, okay? And I put the one in the back in place. And then that way this kind of stands up. And I've made it so that this side has a slight twist to it. So you might have to twist it a little, tiny bit, to put it into place. And that kind of forces a kind of a lock, okay? This dangles and really won't stay in place, really, until you put the head of the mast there to stop it from moving. And it only dangles just because it would have made it easier to put into place. Okay, so you can see the arrow. The arrow points to this side. The notch points to that side. And the reason for all that interesting orientation is because what happens when you put that triangle on top. So, and the whole thing is pretty darn stable. I mean, the thing is stable, okay? So I wouldn't leave it displayed like this indefinitely, but you certainly can. Now, last but not least are these guys. Okay, now there's 4 of them, and one of them has a magnet with polarity reversed, okay? This one, this one. The one that has the polarity reversed, if I remember correctly, it goes in the front. Yeah, okay. And the way that I have this set up is these go on the inside, the 2 insides, see? Not the outsides, or whatever, the 2 closest together on both sides. So one more time, the one, because I goofed it up, one of them, this one in the front, I mean, you don't have to remember that, you'll know when you try. It won't, it's not going to stay, because polarity is reversed. At any rate, there you go, there you go. I built it as fast as I possibly could, so any flaws and mistakes in it, I really I have to apologize at this point. It's like the other model builders are saying, none of that is going to deter from the model because it's pretty complete. Enjoy this thing. Sorry it took so long. If you have any trouble, let me know. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, or whatever your salutation is.